Hey LDC community, welcome to the official LDC podcast for our Madden 23 League. I am your host, Jordan, alongside with Dane, DJ, and Mike. Together, we want to bring you content that involves the Madden leagues within the lockdown community. We thank you for tuning in and hope you can like, subscribe, and share this channel. We want to give a special thanks to Kyle Willis for providing this podcast with music. Check out him and his band, Despite the Fallen, at the link provided in the description. Also, guys, we want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people. Jalen wanted to mention a guy from last week, Daniel Blanton. He is the reason that we have the name Lockdown Community, and he gave Jalen the blessing off of using it. So thank you, Daniel, for being able to give us an identity as the Lockdown Community. And then we also want to give a shout out to, let me get his name real quick, to James Binnix. He is the one, if you notice, our first video did not have an intro video. James Binnix edited for us an intro video. He reached out to us after watching the first video and wanted to kind of help and get involved. Want to give a quick thanks and to everyone that's giving us views, likes, comments, giving us feedback about our first video. We appreciate it very much and hope to continue giving you the same content. Opening up to our topics for the day, we're going to be talking about a trade that happened that's going to make a pretty stacked division and lead us into division dominance. Who's got the best division right now? We're going to interview Mario.
He's playing Derwin. I'm going to go in and cut out. I'm sorry.
I don't know what the hell you feeding him, but he is too damn big.
Hey, man, we stop playing Madden.
DJ getting into it over there. So we do the division dominance. We're going to lead right into our interview with Mario. He is one of the more decorated guys in this league. Won a lot of Super Bowls, won a lot of championships. He's an overall winner in this league. We're gonna give you guys some helpful tips from everyone to kind of elevate your Madden game. Definitely tune in for that to see what can help you guys out, get you some more wins. And then we're gonna talk about All Pro versus All Madden and how it fits into our league and what could better fit it. So starting with the trade, we had Alex and Pierre trade from the Patriots to the Bears. So now that makes the AFC East pretty competitive because you got Alex as the Patriots, you got Kristan as the Jets, Ty as the Dolphins, and who's the other one?
Rayborn.
Terrence Rayborn as the Bills. Solid teams with very, very good users, making it probably one of the more competitive divisions. What's your guys' thoughts on that?
I made my prediction right now. I think Kristan is probably gonna be last in that non-playing.
He could be. He got the. I know he's a good user, but the Jets, that could be a.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but he's a good user. I got Ty winning that division year one. I got Rayborn second. I got Kristan third because I wouldn't put him last. And Alex, I haven't seen Alex play as much as I've seen the other three guys play, so I'm gonna have to put Alex last. But he may prove me wrong, man. But Kristan, if Alex is that dude, watch out. You may be fourth in that division, dog.
Yeah.
So I mean, just it's every single divisional game is gonna be a dog fight for those guys. And hey, I'm definitely checking it out. I'm definitely tuning in and watching. Yeah. And because the AFC champion is probably coming from that division. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, 6 games a week, 6 games a season. We're gonna be getting some nail biters. Mike, what you got on them?
I would have to say I'm gonna put the Bills coming out on top of this division this year.
That's James, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That roster is very, very solid off top. With his ability to be able to play and play amongst the greats of the league, I think that he has the team and the talent to be number one in that division. I'll have Ty coming in at second. I'll have Kristan coming in at third, and then Alex last. Same as Dane. Like with Alex, I haven't seen him play much. I don't think I've ever seen him play, but I'm hearing good things so far. So we'll see.
Yeah, with the AFC East, it is stacked with users. Alex, I played him that Super Bowl run he had the last Madden. I got to play him. He was the 49ers, I was the Bucks, and we had a good game. I mean, I reached out to JG, who is the user for the Cardinals now. I asked him because he's very active. He watches a lot of games, checks them out. So I asked him about Alex. He said that, man, he does whatever. He can run the ball. He throws it a lot. Got a solid defense, and he did it. He did whatever he wanted. Had a good game all the way to the end, and I mean, he pulled it out eventually. But
So what kind of user is Alex? Because I know Ty's a defensive user. You know, he favors defense. So does Kriston.
Defense
And,
is running.
I think Alex is one of those. He's not great at anything specific. He is good at everything. I think that's a good way to. From what I've seen, he's not an unstoppable defense, or he's not an impenetrable defense, and he's not an unstoppable offense. But he's good enough at all of it to frustrate you. And I mean, he made the Super Bowl. So
the makeup of that league is 2 users that are defense and ground and pound, and Ty and Kriston. Then you have 2 offensive users, that can do whatever they want to do offensively. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be
those matchups gonna be crazy. Yeah, sure.
Those are gonna be some great.
And talking about the other end of that trade, Pierre, I respect Pierre. I think he's a good user. I think he's very committed to this league. But I think it was a good decision of him to get out of that division.
Do your mom know you act so bro, you better go with the bullshit. Y'all do something about it.
If the opening was there,
yeah.
The opportunity, I mean, I think he did a good thing to I think it would have been good to elevate him a little bit, because he'd have been playing 3 great users 2 times a year. But if he wants to kind of shine a little better, I think that was good. What's up, Dame?
He's not thinking about that. He's thinking about the Chicago Bears. Isn't he from Chicago? Chicago is his team,
I think he is a Bears fan too. I think that goes with it. Mm-hmm. I think he would have been fine playing with them guys, but as far as getting an opportunity to shine himself, I think it was a good decision. Now, given with this AFC East being as dominant as it is now, because I mean it is. I mean, those guys, they're all 4 playoff contenders every season. So with that, we had it last Madden where I seen it twice. The AFC North did it and the NFC South. All 4 teams made the playoffs. And I mean, that's not, that's kind of rare to happen, because you got 7 slots, 4 automatic from the division leaders, and the other 3 slots are taken by the same division. So for this first season we're going into, is the AFC East the favorites to do that? Or do you think another division can be that dominant to get all 4 teams in there?
Not really, man. I don't see any division getting all 4 teams in. I think there's an even amount of talent all over the league this year. So I think 3 will really be pushing it too. So
you think so?
That's how highly I think of this league, where it is right now when it comes to a user standpoint. And I feel like that's what we want to see. We want to see, less 3 and 14 divisions get in the playoffs. And but if there's 3, I do see what is that, the AFC, that's the AFC East, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I do see them, and then out of the NFC, I don't see any NFC division that can get all 3 in, but hey, maybe the NFC East will.
I like the NFC West to do that. And Dame, I know you're a part of that. That's also got JG, who he's a playoff contender, can definitely get in there, especially with the Cardinals. You got Dustin Thomas, who's the Rams. And Dustin, I don't think he's top tier yet, but he is good. And to have the Rams, that'll definitely get him up there. The only one that I'm iffy with is Kyle. He has the 49ers. Kyle is a user who's, he's had his ups and downs. I think he gets in his way a lot. But if there is a division that if Kyle can step up, and Kyle, I think you can step up, you just need to to focus. You got the 49ers outside of the AFC East. They could probably, I think that's a close second right there. So
Step up, NFC. Step up. the only time you're going to see me rooting them on. Other than that is take command. Let's go.
Well, we talked a little bit about the AFC East. I mean, that's going to be the division to watch. So once the season kicks off, and going back to you, Mike, about the level, I think the way that Madden 23 is right now, the way it's set up and everything, I think the first season is going to be very, very interesting because I think it will be pretty level. I think my prediction going into this season is there's not going to be a team with more than 13 wins. And because going to Madden 22, we had some 17-0s. We had 15 wins, 16 wins, pretty consistent. A lot of guys were up there with the 12s and 13s, and you had to win that many games to get in the playoffs. I think this year the top two guys are going to scrape 13 wins, and that's actually, pretty low for what we have in our league.
Now, do you think that's because of how the division's set up now or the users, or do you think it's because of how Madden is?
I think it's a little bit both. I think
Okay.
with the top users in the AFC East, the way it is, that's going to help out lowering those guys because, I mean, that's going to be a battle. And then looking at the rest of the division, it is pretty even. It's pretty spread out. You got a couple of guys in each division that are going to probably be pushing playoffs, and you got other guys that they're going to compete. I mean, there's really not a division that I look at that it's like, okay, that's a sorry division. Like each one of them has somebody that could show out. So I think this first season, if you're a mid-tier guy or someone who hasn't quite got there just yet, I think year one is the time for you to really focus and get that going because, there's going to be some stumbles along the way. So going from that, we're going to get Mario on here. Again, Mario he's a longtime lockdown player. He's won a lot of Super Bowls. I think he's won a Super Bowl in every Madden we've had that he's been in. He's been in a lot of championship games. I mean, the guy's just a winner. I mean, it's really nothing else to drag on that. He just wins. So let's get him in here. Mario.
What up?
How's it going, man?
Mario.
Repping the Falcons, I see.
Mr. Julio Jones, you already know.
Julio.
Yeah.
Where's the Kyle Pitts jersey?
I got dirty, so.
All right, man. Well, good to have you. Glad you could be on here. Again, folks, this is a multi-Super Bowl winning champion, a lot of championships. In the preview league we had, there's the Super Bowls. I mean, we give out hardware if you get there. So just know that, league. But he won the 1.0 championship, the Super Bowl, which was against me actually. And he won last two times, and I actually played in one of them. We were the Jags and the Lions, so that was interesting. He edged me out at the end, but good to have you on, man. I'm gonna turn it over to these guys, get you some questions going, and we'll go from there, man. Dame, Mike, DJ, whichever one.
Go ahead, Mike. Want to pop it off?
What's up, my guy? How you been living, man?
Out here living my life. You already know.
Yes, sir. For those who don't know, Mario just recently joined the academy. He is an officer of the law. Yes, congratulations, my guy, on that.
Congrats, man.
Yeah. Hey, so as far as your team right now is what coming into your team, right? What can we look for coming into week one with who's gonna be your starting quarterback? Are you gonna go young? Are you gonna go with the vet? What are you gonna do there?
So I'm in both leagues. I'm in 1.0 and 2.0. In 1.0, I'm the Jags, and 2.0, I'm the Falcons. Represent.
Yeah.
1.0 with the Jags, I'm using Trevor Lawrence, of course, a young buck, and then also with the Falcons, I'm using Desmond Ridder, using the rookie.
Okay.
I have Marcus Mariota as a backup, Might throw him in here and there, but Desmond Ridder is going to be my starting quarterback for the Falcons.
Okay. Is Dame here?
Yes, sir. Okay, so Mario, like you
Sir.
said, you've been one of the more accomplished users in the lockdown community. What's it take, man, to be that consistent over all of these different Maddens?
Honestly, man, it comes down to your give and take moments. You know, a lot of people, they be in field goal range, 4th and 1, and they want to go for it, and then they don't get it. You know, take your points, man. It's that simple. You got to take your points when it's there, and you got to capitalize on defense. You know, if you get an interception, you got to at least get a field goal in. You got to get some type of points in. Don't make your defense put in all that work for nothing to show for it.
So what you pretty much saying, take your points and play the field position game. Stop going for it on 4th down, setting your defense up for failure. Play the field position game, flip the field, get a stop, give good field position for your offense.
And take your time. Take your time. There's 15-minute quarters, there's no rush. I've run that clock down to 1 second before I hike the ball a lot of the time. A lot of people who play me know that about me. If I get a lead, I don't care if it's a 3-point lead, 7-point lead, or 1-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I run that clock down to 1 second before I hike that ball.
So, what's your game plan for 1.0? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you again in the playoffs.
Man.
No, but honestly, man, how you feel about the Jaguars? You comfortable or what?
So my thing, man, is that, and I'll be honest with you, I do a lot of film study, and that honestly goes into the way I play against a lot of good users. When it comes down to it, I see already where they want to go and what formations. Like, so I do a lot of studying before I play a really good user. If it's someone who I haven't really seen in the playoffs or anything, I don't really waste my time on it. But if it's someone like I know that I'm gonna challenge against, I will go and watch film on them. That's all the streams are saved. You know, might as well go watch film free time. I'll watch, I'll see what formations they like to run. Out of that formation, who's their main target. You know, I like to see, you know, kind of more or less where they go. And I memorize it, and then I take it into the game. And when I see them in that formation, I'm like, all right, I already know where they're going. Or they're going to their running back on a corner route. They're in bunch. They're gonna go to this hitch route right here real quick. You know, and I adjust my defense to a lot of people's offenses. So it's really my offense comes in randomly. My defense is what puts in the work.
Right. Okay. Now going to year one, if I'm not mistaken, is DJ Chark hurt?
I'm not 100% on that. If the commissioners tell me to bench him, I'll bench him. Next man up.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think he with the Lions, ain't he?
I know.
DJ Shark. He's not with the Jags anymore.
Yeah, in 2.0, I switched. I made a three-team trade. Austin went to the Lions. I went to the Falcons, and then John Dunn went to the Saints.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think DJ, because someone posted about DJ Chark about being on the block, and I think he was the Lions now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, Mario, with the Falcons, is your main focus going to be Kyle Pitts, or are you going to try and get away from that so everyone's not shutting him down or trying to shut him down?
Listen, man, I got Drake London over there, man. I got Drake London. I got Cordero Patterson. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Cordero Patterson's not gonna be in my backfield. He's gonna be on the line running routes for me.
Yeah.
So I'm coming out with a different running back. I don't know who yet, but I'm gonna have a different running back. Cordero Patterson too good at receiver to be in the backfield, and he's too old to be upgrading at running back. So,
what's got you with the Falcons putting Desmond Ridder out there immediately? Marcus Mariota, he's a vet. And he's a solid quarterback. He's been playoffs and stuff. So what's got that decision going?
So I am the QB whisperer in this league, man. I don't care what QB you give me. I've won a Super Bowl with Tua. You know, I've taken Dak Prescott to the Super Bowl. I've taken Matt Ryan to the Super Bowl.
Cole McDonald.
With Desmond Ridder, I took Cole McDonald to the Super Bowl and won it in preview. You know, so with Desmond Ridder, that's a rookie that I can take to the Super Bowl. On top of that, I get to just keep upgrading him for the next 4 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that sounds like a pretty good strategy. So I mean, it sounds like with the Falcons, you should be all right because it seemed like last Madden, Kyle Pitts was about it, and you can mix in Patterson. And if you traded for a quarterback or something, that worked out. But it seems like and you being a fan of the Falcons, and obviously you repping them and everything. How much does that play into like wanting to play? You know, you be user in the Falcons, and you know, does that affect decision making too, as far as like trades and free agency coming up, or
not at all? I mean, I can say, you know, oh, I'm not going to trade Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Deion Jones, but even in last Madden, I traded away Grady Jarrett and Deion Jones. You know, I'm not shying away from making trades. I'm gonna go for what helps me win and what helps the team be better. But don't expect me to trade Kyle Pitts for dirt and rubble, hoping I can upgrade them and get them better. Kyle Pitts, he's a young player. He's an X factor. You know, he's somebody that's gonna stay on this team unless I got a really good deal. And a lot of times the trade scale won't even allow that. So I mean, I'm not gonna throw my team under the bus just trying to make a trade. If the trade comes, it's there. It's something that I think will improve the team for the better. Sure, I'll go for it. But you know, if it's something that's just gonna honestly put me 3 steps back in terms of having to train my players anyways, it's no point in doing that.
okay? So Kyle Pitts is on the block, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say that.
If the price is right, anybody can go. That's what he just said.
Yeah.
Anybody can get gone.
Yep.
All right. Hey, well, man, we appreciate you coming on here. Again, this is he won a lot of Super Bowls, won a lot of championships. Probably got one of the better winning records than anybody. And again, he's right. He's great with quarterbacks. So right there, you see the hardware. Hey, that's what you can get. That's what you get in this league if you go all the way. So. Hey man, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you sharing some knowledge. I like that you talked about film study, and I like that you talked about going back to the videos of guys and looking what they do. That I think a lot of guys, if you did that, that would help out a lot because you're going to use what's comfortable. That's what a lot of users do. They stick with what's comfortable. They don't try and go out of their zone too much. So if you can figure that out, I think you have, you can be just as successful. So. Great having you on here, Mario, and looking forward to having you on here again, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bro, man.
You really good work, y'all. See you on YouTube.
All right, guys. Again, that was Mario. Appreciate having him on. That'll kick us off to our next topic. We're going to be asking these 3 guys right here, very knowledgeable about the game of Madden. Been playing it for a long time. They've been dissecting what Madden 23 has been able to provide for us so far. We're going to get into helpful tips, things that could hopefully get you guys a little sharper with your sticks and everything, and being able to compete at a lot higher level. So, DJ, if you want to kick us off with some helpful tip you have that can help these guys out.
Yeah, so I mean, one thing I've been laughing with and understanding the game a little bit better is they are allowing blitzing a lot more this year. One thing that's helped me out with passing game is extra blocking protection. Sometimes you do use that piece as a check down piece, but I mean, with this Madden, I'm not gonna lie, you have to make sacrifices to win a game. That's just what it is. But other than that, man, that's the only thing that's actually that I got on. I mean, anybody else have anything about what they can help with and fix to help your game?
Dame,
Or
Mike,
as I told y'all in the first episode, listen, this Madden, you will need to utilize everything that you can utilize pre-snap when it comes to blocking. You are going to have to know which side to slide your line to. You're going to have to know if you need to put your running back on a block instead of letting him go run around. You will need to know who to double team. You will need to know who to mic. So it is in your best interest that when you are in these practice modes or in these other modes playing games, that you get well acquainted with your blocking adjustments.
Okay.
Okay.
Get in the lab. Play the game. For real though, being honest, what could really help a lot of y'all out is learn your damn playbook.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're always to be so efficient, my offense always so potent every single Madden, is because I know my damn playbook. I don't leave any fat on that playbook. It don't take that long. Take 10 minutes, pick a formation, lab that formation. Next day, 10 minutes, pick a formation, lab that formation. You don't got to spend hours and hours and hours to learn the playbook. Take a little bit of time out your day, pick one formation, learn it. Don't leave any fat.
Yeah, I mean, you guys heard it here. You got two guys talking about offensive adjustments as far as that blitzing and that stopping the blitz and trying to, have time to be able to throw the ball. And then my helpful tip was coming from where Dame and Mario talking about the film and watching guys' game film is mine is don't be so one-sided, don't be so predictable then, because you're gonna have to open up your playbook. And as a user, if you do a certain thing and you stick with it, that's why these guys are top tiers, because they know exactly what you're doing. And that's frustrating. So you're gonna have to go to your practices and try some new plays, try some new pass plays, try some different runs, counters, misdirection runs. Don't just try and do stretches and up the middle all the time. Change it up, do something, and definitely get play action involved. I think that'll help a lot of guys. Some of the guys made that their bread and butter last season. Is play action. They were killing people with that. I don't think it'll be as effective in this Madden as that one because of the defense, it being a lot faster. But if you have an effective run and get your runs in and do a decent job with it, I think you just got to open your playbook up, because guys like this that are actually doing the film work and knowing what you're doing and studying your own playbook and stuff, you definitely have to dive into it and change it up. Don't just be finding easy plays, learn it, and hopefully it'll get you through it, because these guys, it's kind of scary to know that when you come out of a formation, they already know what you're doing. Or at least they know two plays that you're about to do. They got a 50-50 chance of picking it. And once you snap that ball, they already know. Once they see a guy move a certain direction, all right, that's what he's running. So, open up your playbook a little bit. Thanks for the helpful tips on that one. Hopefully that'll help some of you guys out. We're going to talk about another topic real quick about All Pro versus All Madden. Now, as just a regular user, someone who just plays Madden or whatever, for me, for this to be a discussion, as a regular user, I would say All Madden, because that's the top level. That's going to give you the best. That's going to give you competition from the AI and everything. But is that realistic? Is it going to give you what we want to do in the lockdown? Is that going to give you realistic gameplay compared to All Pro? Because us as users against one another, regardless of what it's set at, we're going to compete with each other. But what's going to give us the more realistic? What's going to be a lot better for us in the long run? So we're going to have these three guys give their take on that. Hopefully, open our eyes a little bit to All Pro versus All Madden. So Dame, I'll have you start this one out.
Is it realistic, All Madden? Yes, it is.
Yep.
You understand that? Football is not an easy game. So when you come out and you want to run the same thing over and over and over again, you play against a good user, it's going to get stopped. At that point, it's not about ratings, it's about scheme. It's on the user at that point. So that's why in the first podcast, I say playing QB is going to be harder this year. It is. You're going to see a lot more turnovers, because people are not going to open up their playbook. They don't understand coverages, the weak spots in coverages, and in all the different route combinations that can beat every single coverage. You got to know pre-snap what you're looking at, post-snap and what they move to. You got one high safety pre-snap, it's either cover 3 or cover 1. Simple as that. Just knowing what you're looking at pre-snap reacting to what you see in post snap, and you'll become a better player. The game is harder, and I think it's meant to be hard to play. So I'm an all Madden guy. All pro, for me, the difference is it's easier on offense. So these are professional football players. I think it should be difficult to play the game. That's my opinion.
So my thought is the same thing he just said is exactly how I feel as well. It goes both ways. All Madden, you have smarter AIs. All pro, you have dumber AIs. You know what I'm saying? But that's where the sliders kick in for what the commissioners, admins do. That's where that makes it a little bit more balanced for all Madden. You know what I'm saying? When you play on all pro, you have some AIs that just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Don't react to the throws, don't react to blocks, but if you play on all Madden, then you have that reaction time, that awareness, the AIs that are a little bit smarter. Me personally, I like all Madden. All pro is just a little bit too more. It's just a little slower for me. I don't like the reaction speed. But like I said, that's when sliders kick in. That's when we can go ahead and adjust some sliders and do what we need to do to fix the league and make it better and more realistic. So, but that's just my take on it.
Yeah, well, listen, you are going to have tougher time offensively versus somebody's defense because the AIs are going to react. It is a man's game. This is football. Mm-hmm. It is hard, just like Dame said, to play in the NFL. It is hard to play college. It is hard to play high school. A lot of people didn't even start in high school. It is hard. Okay? All right?
Chill.
It's not supposed to be easy. Okay? Now, as far as the sliders go, regardless of how you do it, if you want to match realism, no matter what slider sets that you use, no matter what difficulty that you use, you're going to have to adjust the sliders. If it's all pro, you're going to have to turn the defensive reaction time up. You're going to have to turn that mug all the way up. You know what I'm saying? If it's all Madden, okay. You don't actually even with Madden, all Maddens, even when we've been on all Madden, every time we've tuned the sliders for reaction time up because it really wasn't even good. So right now it's in the right place. It can be bumped up just a little bit more, but right now it's in the right place. Slider wise, defensively, we would have to tune probably interceptions. Well, we're going to tune interceptions. But if you want to play football and you want it to be at its top and at its hardest and at its best, then all Madden is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All pro gives you it does give you a bigger variety of animations. It does give you certain perks when it comes to certain things. Your one-on-one down the field throwing the ball, your jump balls will be more
your user abilities.
Huh?
It tests your user abilities.
Right, yeah. And then all Madden, it does the same thing. It tests your user abilities, but it also everything else is going to come into factor to position the players are in. Height, weight, your rating, man coverage rating versus whatever level of route it is, whether it's a short route, medium route, deep route. So all Madden hands down is the better if you're looking for realism.
Yeah. Talking about the defense reaction times and stuff, I've noticed that the secondary is very reactive. A lot better than was last Madden because I'll be playing defense and guy will be doing an out route or, something that the last Madden, my defense wouldn't even be around, be like 5 yards off the ball. But now I'm either picking it or it's a deflection and I'm not even over there. And I'm like, oh, wow, I can tell that's a difference. Mm-hmm. Or when they're trying to roll out play action, your defense gets stuck for a second or whatever, for whatever reason, and they're lobbing it over you. This time they're in the area and you have a good chance of controlling that linebacker, that corner, and all you have to do is just get there. The AI is getting you there already, keeping you in the area. So I've noticed that as a big improvement as far as secondary reaction. On top of the pass rush, I mean, defense is it has stepped up in a big way this Madden for sure. And even a bad user can benefit from this defense right now. So hopefully there's not too many tweaks coming up when they do updates and stuff, because I like what I'm seeing on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Just as an offensive person, you're just gonna have to figure it out. Like we talked about earlier, whether it's max protection or just figuring things out, because they're coming for you. Defense is coming.
Understanding coverage.
Understanding
Coverage, understanding leverage will help you become a much better passer. Guys go to YouTube, they find, okay, this play works regardless of the coverage. And that's what I'm gonna run. That's not how you need to be thinking.
That's pretty much what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to have that kind of same mindset. Otherwise, you're just gonna be watching everybody in the playoffs every single season, and you're just gonna be mad at yourself because you're not putting the work in, because that's what it's gonna take to get to that next level. So appreciate you guys with these takes and everything. Appreciate the info you guys have pushed out for everybody. Hopefully that's very helpful for everyone. We're here to give good content and everything, inform you guys about the league and just give everybody shout outs and everything. But we also want to help you guys out, make you guys a little better, get you guys thinking a little bit more differently than what you've been thinking. Have you guys look at things a little different, and especially with the Madden the way it is right now in the defense, you definitely need to take these considerations. So I've played a few games and the defense is just insane. It really is, but it's good. I like it. So we're going to close this episode with a thanks again for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, and share our content. We are looking to make this a weekly podcast. LDC is comprised of 2 Madden leagues and a 2K league on Xbox One current gen. Comment below for more information on how to join if you're interested. We also have merchandise. If you want an official LDC snapback, just reach out and we can get you one, only $25, and you can rep this league and grow our support. Thanks again. Hope to see you soon. God bless. Thank you guys. Keep tuning in, keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, keep getting us out there. Let's continue growing, continue elevating each other, and we'll get there. So thank you guys for taking the time to do this podcast, and thank you guys for watching and giving us some support.
HTTC. Take command, baby.
All right, you guys. Take care.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all.